so many things can be true at once. Let let me give you an example. I really dislike the Uber app and the way the Uber app treats me and you and any other driver. And I really like Uber driving. And I wanted to kind of start there today because a lot of the times with me, you might hear me be very positive toward Uber. At least that's what you're hearing. And that's not really the case. Now, I want to tell you there are some good things about Uber. I know. Hear me out. Hold on. All right. Let me give you some good things about Uber. Uber, the app, the company, has set up a market and an operation that allows me the flexibility and the freedom to go out and earn money. And I like that. It also um what I mean by that is they're actually marketing to potential passengers saying, "Hey, download our app, and if you want to go somewhere, order an Uber and we'll send Levi or somebody like Levi, somebody like you to go pick them up." And then I get paid, Uber makes money, and the passenger's happy, and that's a good thing, right? Another good thing about being an Uber driver to me is meeting the people. Really love that. I love getting out in my city, Syracuse, and going out and just meeting people. That's a lot of fun. And it's not always good. There are passengers I don't like. They smell funny or they're rude to me. And I'm not saying it's perfect, but that's kind of the point. Like, there's a lot of things that can be true at once. Uber driving can be fun in a very okay way to make some money. And on the flip side, Uber, the app, can be bad. Now, here's your red meat. For those of you who are just dying for me to rip into Uber, let me give you some of that. I think Uber has over complicated, made a game of a pretty simple thing. Now, the complexity of the operation is really complex. Having millions of people maybe at any given point in time looking for a ride while millions of drivers are out there trying to find a rider. Yeah, that's integrating that with maps and stuff like that and the algorithm. But what I mean that they've overcomplicated it is that they're not making money by providing a service. They are providing a service, but the way they make money is by being a broker. And a lot of times brokers, middlemen, finagle the system in their favor. And so what you and I both know is that Uber as an algorithm, and we're gonna throw Lyft in there too, but whatever, they go out and they find passengers and they charge passengers kind of what they think the passenger will pay. So you and I've seen this before where a passenger pays $20 to go a certain ride, and you and I've done that trip before, and they might pay $10. And there's no surge attached. It's not like there's a surge or something. It's just like one passenger, they Uber thinks, hey, we can get more money out of that passenger, so we're going to charge 20. Or another one, they charge 10. And that's an auction of some kind. And then, um, um, however they do it, but Uber then goes out and shops drivers. And they say, well, Levi will do it for 6 and Susan will do it for 10. So let's give it to Levi for 6. And I hope that's not true, but good for you, Susan. Um, but that's a negative thing. It's borderline immoral to some extent. Now, there are good reasons potentially to have some sort of reverse auction like this on both sides. But the downside to it, the negative side to it, for you and me, what makes it really negative is the gamification. It, they're shopping us, and we are a commodity to some extent, but they're shopping us and they're trying to trick us into taking bad trips so they can make an extra dollar or two. And that's the real immoral thing. Instead of just being upfront and honest, hey, this is what the trip is worth. Are you willing to take it? And you're the best rider that we found for this particular ride. It's like th- they know I'm in the middle of a ride. They design the app, the interface in a way to trick me. Um, I'm going down the freeway at 60 miles an hour, and they're flashing a ride at me, and as if I'm supposed to be able to analyze time, distance, locations, passenger rating, verification of the passenger, get this all down, and they put more information in there. There's a surge attached, and all these things to can trick us, and that's a negative thing. That's bad. That's immoral. Now, again, what I'm saying here is that many things can be true at once. And I think sometimes some of the feedback I've gotten from you, the viewers of this channel, is like, I come across as kind of like pro Uber, and I don't want that to be the case. I'm pro you. I'm pro the driver. I'm cheering for you, and I think a lot of things can be true at once. Uber can be a mischievous, almost evil corporation taking pennies from drivers to make a buck by tricking us. And that's a very negative, horrible thing. And at the same time, I can have a lot of fun doing it. And I'm really grateful that the app exists. I wish it was better. Now, here's one more thing that I think can be true at once. Many things. There, what might be a bad ride for you might be a good ride for me. And in fact, I think this is the most controversial take of all, is that I don't think there are bad rides. I think that sometimes you and I get tricked, and maybe that's a bad ride. But what I mean by that is that ride could be good for another driver. Let me give you two examples here. Imagine a driver new to the game, and they just need to pay off $1,000 credit card bill. They're coming in to be an Uber driver to pay off that $1,000 credit card bill. Now, and then on the other side, so you've got the credit card bill driver needing to make $1,000, and the fastest they can do that, the better. And then on the other side, you have a driver that needs to make a couple $100s a week, but they can turn the app on and drive anytime they want, and they're going to cherry pick rides. This driver that needs to make $1,000 might have another job. They can only go out Saturday evenings for 4 or 5 hours. And so what they're going to take a ride that to you and me that maybe might be a pro driver doing, kind of a full-time job or something like that. We're going to say they're taking a bad ride, but they're not, because the sooner they can get to the $1,000, they can turn this app off and never turn it, download it again. So they're going to take bad rides because they're not in the game like you and me. And that's to Uber's favor to some extent. And we could say that is wrong or right, but you can't blame Uber that there's people out there that want to just make $100 or $1,000. And the quickest way they can do it, the better. They're not going to take the time like you and I, who are maybe pro drivers, who are doing it either as like a part-time job where we can park and cherry pick and kind of do all that, or a full-time job, we're out there trying to make as much money as possible, or whatever it might be. There are drivers out there that just need to take every ride they can get and quickly do it. They're not going to take the time to learn the business like you and me. They're not going to take the time to learn what the depreciation of my vehicle, or they're not going to set their car up in a way to quickly grow a passenger, some sort of customer base if they're going into private rides or something like that. That's okay. And here's another example. I don't like to do private rides, but I know a lot of drivers who make a lot of money doing it. I think it's okay. It's like it's not a contradiction. It's perspectives. And that's, I guess, ultimately what I'm getting at is depends on how you look at it. Many things can be true at once. And I'm not trying to defend my beliefs or what I care. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to encourage you to not feel negative toward your other drivers that might be doing something or might have an opinion different than yours. Maybe the potential is there for you just to kind of go, I want to understand why you do what you do. And it all stems from these conversations that happen both in my comment section here on this channel and or potentially, like on other places like Facebook groups or Reddit or whatever. I think a lot of Uber drivers believe there's one way to do it. There's one way to make money in this gig. And that's what they do. If you don't drive the way that they drive, if you don't drive the car that they drive, then you're doing something wrong. If you don't sit at the airport lot cherry picking for like 4 best rides all day, every day, then you're doing it wrong. And that might kind of look like the way I talk too. It might come across the way I speak about being a rideshare driver as do it my way. And I'm telling you right now, don't do it my way. Do it your way. That's why I said for 2025, I think we should all drive the way that we want to drive. If we want to go do bar scenes late at night, or if we want to take, grandma and grandpa to get their medical appointments. Some of us drive in rural areas, and I put a lot of miles on my car, where some people can turn the app on at their house and get rides. We can't all drive the same. We're all unique. You are in a different city than me. You drive a different car than me. You drive at different times than me. You have different needs. You have different personalities. So there's no wrong way to do it. So ultimately, what I hope you take away from this, podcast episode is the idea is like a little bit we're competitors, but we're not. And if we want a community of drivers, I'm not into like unionizing or anything like that, but a community of drivers that can talk to each other as professionals and befriend each other. When we're driving down the street, we see another driver, whatever that sign is, wave at them, whatever it is. That's what I want to be about. That's what matters to me. So when I say many things can be true at once, is not as an excuse for anything other than, hey, be kind to your fellow drivers. Don't look at them as wrong or right. Don't think of certain things like that. There's many things can be true at once. It depends upon your perspective. And yeah. So again, I created this channel for drivers like you and for me that not only wanted to make the most amount of money, but we want to be safe, healthy, and happy, and quite frankly, enjoy the gig, because it is a lot of fun sometimes. I enjoy it. I sincerely enjoy it. On top of that, for 2025, like I say, I want you to drive your way. I want you to do it the way you want to do it. So for 2025, I want you to be safe, healthy, and happy, and know that I'm cheering for you. Be well.